Hey guys, looks like we had some waiver wire movement last night or this morning, however you want to look into it. Some fab dollars were spent, which is pretty cool. I always enjoy that. The biggest buy of off the waiver wire this week was Giovanni Bernard, which I think I put $2 in for him. I just wanted to sneakily get him, but I had no chance. Total Immortal. That's you, Andrew. You picked him up for $16, which you are the Joe Mixon owner, so it's pretty clutch. You know, it's a good insurance policy, much like Winter grabbing T.J. Yeldon when Fournette went down. Since he should be their offense looks like they're moving the ball well. Giovanni Bernard has proved it in the past that he can handle the load on his own. So that's a great ad, especially for 1 to 2 weeks until you get Mixon back. So that's a really good move. $16. You could look at it and say it's a bit expensive, but you wanted to make sure you got him, and you got him. So good job, man. Should really help you in the coming week. The second highest buy this week was Chris Carson, which Shane Rogueval got for $15. My dad, Velvet Buzzsaw, he had him last week. He dropped him for Mike Wallace, which I'm still questioning that move. I don't know what that was all about. Chris Carson's he's number 1 on the depth chart for the Seattle Seahawks. He should get the bulk of the carries. I'm surprised that my dad dropped him. I have Rashad Penny. I'm just waiting for Rashad Penny to kind of take the job, and he just hasn't done it yet, and I don't know if he's going to do it anytime soon. So that's a good get. You know, starting running backs, they don't grow on trees. You know, there's 32 teams in the league. There aren't necessarily 32 number 1 guys, so to have a number 1 running back, it's good. So $15, I think it's fair. I would have potentially done the same. I also so number 3, Shane, you also got another Seahawk, so you're going in heavy on these Seahawks. Will Dissly. I'm loving this guy. I love the story with this guy. He's virtually a nobody. He was just a blocking tight end forever. And all of a sudden he's breaking out. And you got him for $10. I didn't look and see if anyone else tried to bid on him. I'm sure someone must have. He's been a touchdown machine. Russell Wilson has been under siege for 2 weeks, so he's been giving it off to Dissly when he's under pressure, and he's got 2 touchdowns already this year. He's the number 2 tight end overall, so you know what? Sometimes these no-name guys, you got to roll with the guys that are hot. You know, sometimes it's not worth waiting for, the Jordan Reeds or the Zach Ertz, which Zach Ertz, he had a better week. But, the bigger names, sometimes you can't wait for those guys to really get her going. It's good to pick up the hot hands. They can win you weeks. It's an underrated thing. Another $10 buy was Corey Clement to Total Immortal to Andrew. That was a great pickup. I tried to snag him too for cheap. I was lowballing this week. I don't know why. I was kind of scared to spend money. Why? I don't know. Corey Clement is a good get because Jay Ajayi might be out. He was held out of practice. It's sounding like he might not start this week. So I believe Darren Sproles is also questionable. So it's looking really nice for Corey Clement. He might be a number 1 running back this week. He's proven it before that he's really handy in the passing game as well. He can put up points. He could surprise everybody and put up like a 20-point week next week, which would be huge. Another buy was Javorius Allen for $6 to Wally World. That's you, Dave. Good get. I also put in a little bit for him too. He looked good. He looked really good last week against Cincinnati. They were coming from behind, and later in the game they stopped playing Alex Collins as much and were giving the ball to Javorius Allen. A lot of targets. Good catching back, and in this league, in a 0.5 PPR league, it's handy to have those catching backs. Those catches, they add up. So that's a good ad. That should help you in your bid to get your first win. And then you also added Tyler Boyd for $6. That also goes to Wally World. He looked good. Cincinnati, they I forget his name. They cut a guy at the beginning of the year. I'm blanking right now, but their number 2 wide receiver spot's kind of open. There's been hopes that John Ross would kind of fall into that role, and he's I don't know. He's a big play threat, but he's not a very reliable target machine. He doesn't seem to take advantage of the targets. Tyler Boyd looked really good. That number 2 job is open, and Tyler Boyd might be taking it. So that's a good ad, a really good ad. And then you got Gavin, the Toronto Flatliners. He added Cleveland defense for $5. They're taking on the Jets tomorrow night, which presumably should be a really low-scoring game. Like, I can't see that game being high-scoring. But you never know. Surprises happen, but that should be an ugly game. Really ugly, and I could see both defenses, the Jets and the Browns, kind of putting up some big points off of sloppy play. So that's a good ad. You drop Baltimore defense, which I know they put up a -1 this past week, but they're notorious for being a good defense. So that might be Baltimore defense might be a nice ad for somebody if you're hurting at defense. And then the last pickup or dollar spent was Paul Richardson, which I'm just noticing now. I picked him up for $1. Dropped Philip Dorsett because there's big news that Josh Gordon is headed to the Patriots, and I don't see Dorsett. Julian Edelman's coming back. Dorsett's going to be he's going to be on the scrap heap. But Paul Richardson, picked him up. You know, Jameson Crowder hasn't done that much, so there's got to be a wide receiver in Washington that kind of takes over. But it looks like he's questionable now, so great ad. Great ad, Charlie. You did great there, buddy. But yeah, just going over it, there's a couple other, free pickups. We had Atlanta to you, Dave. Willie Snead to you, Dave. The other, I think, big ad worth mentioning, actually there's 2 here. Gavin, you're making moves, man. As I said in the chat, you've made a lot of moves for a 2-0 team. I know you're streaming at quarterback, which brings me up to the point that you picked up Ryan Fitzmagic, the #1 fantasy player this year. Will he keep it going? I have no idea. He's looked amazing. So yet again, as I said earlier, the hot hand, it's worth it. Pick up those hot hands. Sometimes they can win you weeks until they cool off, so why not? Roll with the punches. Roll with the hot guys. It's a long year. Damn, Gavin, you keep winning, and this just gives you a better chance to win again next week. And then you also added Greg Olsen, which I'm assuming because he's out, you're probably going to plop him onto your IR, wait for him to come back. It sounds like he should be back this year. And he could be really good. So you just keep stockpiling. You trade for Travis Kelce, and now you're picking up Greg. Like, come on, man. Just settle down. Your team's just getting too stacked. But yeah, good waiver wire. It was a bit quieter. It doesn't look like there were any gigantic ads. After 2 weeks, there really hasn't been that huge, that big injury that opens up like a running back slot, like a guy that everyone's running to get. There hasn't really been that yet. It's coming. It's got to be coming. One of these weeks now, someone's gonna get hurt. If I don't want to jinx you, Steve, but say Todd Gurley got hurt. The #1 guy behind him, which, oh my God, I'm blanking. They have a rookie. Oh, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. They have a rookie running back that, if Todd Gurley went down, this guy proved it in the preseason, he would be a #1 running back, much like James Conner. So guys like that, I guess James Conner would have been the waiver wire ad if Gavin didn't snipe him before waiver wire was a thing. So, anyways, good waiver wire. Just wanted to make a quick video and kind of recap it for you guys. As I've said before, I enjoy doing this. So let's keep it rolling. I'm pumped for football tomorrow night. If you notice I look tired, I'm on night shift right now. This is my second time doing this, and it's rough. Night shift is a rough go. Anyways, good waiver wire. Let's keep having fun here. Have a good one, guys.